Thanks for joining me for another video. I'm really excited because today I'm going to be doing a show and tell and give you an idea of all of the things that were included as part of my Beginner's Beehive Kit. The kit that I purchased includes everything that I should need to get my first hive built, and it also came with some different tools that a beginning beekeeper would need. I opted for the unassembled version, unfinished version, because it was a little bit less expensive than getting an assembled hive. So let's get started. Let me show you everything that's in this kit. I will try to explain to the best of my knowledge what each of the items are, but keep in mind, I am a novice. I'm likely to not know a specific use for something, or I might use incorrect terminology. So there's your disclaimer. Okay, let's see what's in here. So here are all of the things that are included in this particular kit. The first thing I'm going to show you is the screened bottom. It does have a landing board for the bees. It has the inner cover. This is going to sit right underneath the outer cover on top of your top box. This is the outer cover. It's constructed of wood and also has a metal covering on it. I'm not sure why they do the metal, but I've seen a number of hive kits that do have the metal on the top. This is a top hive feeder. This was included in this beginner's kit. It has these little kind of landing boards. I don't know if that's what you call it, but you would fill these compartments up with sugar water. These pieces float so that the bees can sit on these, and you don't have to worry about drowning your bees while they're trying to get some nourishment. This kit came with the components to construct 2 deep hive bodies and 1 medium hive body. It also came with 20, or I should say the pieces to construct 20 deep frames as well as 10 medium frames. So these are the pieces. This is how they come. It's got the handle is already carved into it. They're notched. This particular kit, they do come pre-drilled, which I guess will save you some time. You don't have to do the drilling yourself. So same with this side piece. These guys will fit into here like this. Now they do recommend that you glue and screw or nail. This kit did not come with the hardware to construct it, so I did have to research and find out what size nails and screws to put these things together. These are the pieces for this. These particular ones are for the frames for the deep hive bodies. So these 4 pieces put together, they're notched and grooved, and that's where your foundation will pop into this. Once this is constructed, and these are the 2 end pieces to those. And these are also drilled, so if you don't want to use plastic foundation, you can string wire through these holes and set your frames up that way. It came with 20 plastic sheets of foundation. For these particular ones are for the deep hive bodies, and I also have the ones to do the medium hive bodies as well. So these they're plastic, but they are pre-waxed, so it's going to give the bees a little bit of a head start and encourage them to start building their comb. This kit also included The Backyard Beekeeper by Kim Floatham. I've read some other publications, but I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I'm really anxious to get into it and see what this one's all about. This kit came with an entrance reducer. One of those things I'm not quite sure why I would use it. Maybe if I read the book, it'll tell me what an entrance reducer is actually for. So One of the other things that this hive kit included was a smoker. You will fill the bottom of this tin can with a combustible material. In my case, I'm going to use dry pine needles just because they're so abundantly available here. So you'll fill this bottom. I will fill it with my pine needles, light it. You'll use the bellows to create smoke, and you will use that smoke around the hive when you want to do your inspections, because the smoke is going to block those alarm pheromones for the bees and hopefully prevent you from getting stung. Or I suppose you could use it to blow smoke up somebody's you-know-what. The kit came with a bee brush. So this brush has really soft bristles, so if you need to brush your bees off of the hive when you're trying to inspect it, or you need to brush bees off of yourself, it's got really soft bristles and it won't harm the bees when you're trying to get them to relocate for a second. It also included a hive tool. So it's got a pry on one end, a flat side. It's pretty sharp. My understanding is the bees are going to get these pieces of the hive pretty glued up with propolis. So when you go in to do an inspection, you'll use this tool to kind of pry things apart and scrape the propolis so that you can get in there and actually do an inspection. The kit included gloves. So the hand portion of these gloves are really soft leather, and they have an elastic up at the top. So I think when you put them on, it's going to close up so that bees can't get inside of them. Now, I've seen a bunch of videos with experienced beekeepers that don't use gloves. Let's just say these guys are going to be on my hands because I'm a little afraid of getting stung. Okay, are you ready for it? I saved the absolute best for last. Bee jacket. I mean, isn't that the best part of any new hobby, is the outfit? Do you call a bee jacket an outfit? So this particular jacket does come with the veil attached. It has a zipper, so you can detach the veil if you want to, though I'm not sure why you would actually want to take the veil off of this. So let's try it on. Does have a pretty tight sleeve bottom, and it's a zip up the front. Like I said, it's got the veil attached. I don't know if I can put this on with my hat on or not. Oh, yes I can. Holy buckets, how cool is that? Ta-da-da! I can't even tell you. I have no words. This is the absolute coolest thing ever. I suppose I could wear it to the grocery store. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee rocking your star. I think I better not sing that song. It has bad words. Anyway, I better take it off. I should have put this on at the beginning of the video. Probably would have been a lot more entertaining. So what do you think? Do I have all the things that I am going to need to get started as a beekeeper? Are there any things that you found were helpful that weren't included in this kit? Leave me a comment below and let me know what piece of equipment you absolutely could not live without your first year as a beekeeper, besides the cool jacket, that is. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, and if you want to continue on this crazy adventure of mine, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, where I will be taking all of these wooden pieces that were in my hive kit, and I'm going to get them sanded and prepped and ready for assembly. See you in the next one. Bye!